Hi, welcome back to the Sing Confidently Live Creatively podcast. Estelle here. I'm a singer, actor, vocal coach, and I'm here for you. I'm here to help you build confidence as a singer and performing artist, and really in your creative journey as a whole. I want you to feel so inspired and encouraged every single week to continue on this journey and not to give up. Not to give up, not to give in, but to keep going, to keep building confidence in who you are as an artist, and to realize that God has given you these creative gifts for a reason. And it is so worthwhile for you to grow them, develop them, share them, improve upon them, invest in them. Like, this is worthwhile. And so I just get passionate about that. So, anyway, just wanted to remind you all why I'm here and what this show is all about. Today, we're talking about how you can learn to sing with confidence this spring. I don't know where you're listening from. You guys should come into the Facebook group and let us know like where you're listening from, because I'm in North Carolina and it is in fact, it is past spring at this point. It's giving summer. It's like it skipped past spring and it's like high 80s. Oh my goodness. It's been a little bit warm. It's definitely been a little warm, but I'm excited that it definitely feels, it's looking like spring outside for the last few weeks. It's really just been very spring-like. And so it just gives you this renewed vigor and excitement, being really in the spring at this point and completely out of winter for sure. Obviously, if you're listening from somewhere else in the world, like I'm pretty sure Australia, you guys are just now entering winter, right? Am I incorrect in that? If you're Australian, let me know. Or New Zealand, like is it not that you are just now entering winter? I know some of you guys listening are in Australia, so my Australian people, my Australian singers and listeners, please let me know how it's going over there. But I know for us here, um, it's definitely exiting the winter. It's exited the winter, which is nice. So we're in the spring. There's something about this time that feels new, exciting, and you have this feeling of looking forward to things. And so I want us to lean into that spring feeling when it comes to our journey as singers and performing artists. How can we lean into that excitement for life and that enthusiasm and that renewed energy with the sun being out and the weather being beautiful? How can we lean into that to, build confidence as singers and performers and not give into self-doubt? Like, no more self-doubt. I'm so done with it. I'm so done with singers not at least having the courage to, say, I'm going to try. Even if I'm not perfect, and guess what? You're not going to be perfect. Like, you're never going to be perfect. I still see myself singing and performing. I record myself. I listen back. I post sometimes on Instagram or social media, and I still hear so many, even when I do warm-ups for you guys. I'm just laughing at myself because you guys know, if you've listened, you know I mess up on those warm-ups. Come on. Let's be so for real. Let's be so for real. You hear my voice cracking sometimes. It happens. Maybe even every time. I don't even know. Because sometimes most of the time, like I'm actually genuinely warming up with you all. So you're hearing the imperfection. So it's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect. Even like famous singers and performers that you all love and listen to, they're in voice lessons. They are training because it's a journey and it's such a process. And the voice is a part, it's not like a piano or a trumpet or any other instrument, which are beautiful and wonderful, but the voice is different. This instrument is a part of our body, meaning our emotions, our physical health, our mental well-being, our spiritual well-being. It all affects our body. It all affects our voices and our instrument every single day, from day to day. That's why training is a lifelong process and a lifelong journey. So I want you to know that if you're just now learning to sing or you're just getting back to singing after a long time, I just want you to know that, like, it's okay. It's okay to not be perfect. Don't let the self-doubt win and keep you stuck and keep you holding you back from actually going to a lesson or trying a singing class, which, you guys, I have singing classes coming up. Join the wait list so you can get a discount on them. Okay. But like, don't let self-doubt be the thing that holds you back. Like, if you don't want to do it, okay, great, don't do it. Don't join the wait list for the group class. Don't sign up for a lesson with me. Don't do a consult with me for free. Don't do any of that if you genuinely don't want to. But like, if it's self-doubt that's holding you back, like, I want you to have the courage to say no. I'm not going to let the self-doubt, like, listen to what's happening in your heart and in your mind when you think about, even if it's not me being your coach, like going to, a local voice teacher down the street from you, or like the community art center, or another voice teacher that you love. Like, what's stopping you from actually training with them, or like going to their master class or going to a class with them? If it truly is self-doubt, I want you to be so honest with yourself and just take a moment to lean into the spring vibes right here in this moment, and instead of giving into the self-doubt, give into enthusiasm and excitement, and have the courage to take a little bit of a small action step and sign up for a class, go to a voice lesson, go to a dance class, go to an acting class, whatever it is, whatever area it is that you're feeling that self-doubt in the performing arts space. I really, really challenge you and encourage you. And no shame here, because we all deal with self-doubt. Okay, every single one of us as singers. But so no shame whatsoever. Please, please hear me. Like, I'm never ever trying to shame you. I want you to know so much that I believe in you. That's why I want to encourage you not to let the self-doubt win, but instead be excited, lean into excitement, lean into courage, and take courageous action. And so I have some practical steps for you guys to take that you can take this spring. It's a clear process that that I lay out and I've talked about before. And I want to walk you through this process for how you can do that this spring to really help you start to sing with confidence, to start to learn, at least just to learn to sing with confidence. Not like that you're going to be doing this perfectly tomorrow and you're going to be the most confident performer on stage, It's going to take time, but you can start to learn how to sing with confidence, how to be confident on stage, how to be confident dancing in a dance class, going to an acting class, going to an audition, being, recording yourself and singing and then listening back to yourself. All of those things are ways that we can express our confidence as singers and performers and share our gifts. And so I want to share some steps that are going to help you to move past your self-doubt, to instead take courageous action to learn to sing with confidence this spring. Okay. So I hope that encourages you to know that, again, absolutely no shame for feeling self-doubt. We all feel it, but I want you to take a little bit, like, just take a moment to be courageous after listening to today's lesson, to today's podcast. Can you tell I'm a voice teacher? After today's lesson, take action. Here's your homework. But literally after today's podcast episode, think of it as your voice lesson. Okay, I'm your coach. Um, After the episode, I really want you to have just in those that few, that moment after listening to the episode where you feel fired up, you feel encouraged. Maybe it's right now. Pause me, literally shut me up, pause me and go do the thing. Like, take a moment when you feel that excitement and that enthusiasm to sign up for that dance class, to go sign up for that voice lesson, sign up for that audition, whatever it is. Do the thing, do the thing, do the thing, right? Go and take courageous action. That's truly how you overcome self-doubt. You have to take courageous action in the opposite direction of what you're afraid of what you're scared of. And this is how we start to build that confidence. So I hope that encourages you. Again, I'm here for you. I truly believe in you. So let's go through the process. This is what you're going to do this spring to start to learn how you can sing with confidence, to start to build that confidence in yourself. Number one, I've talked about this process before and I go through it in my course. And if you decide to go to any of the group classes that I'll be hosting virtually and in person here in North Carolina coming this summer, if you decide to go to any of the classes or to join any of the classes, we will be breaking down like aspects of this. Like, we'll be doing aspects of this in the classes, and I'll talk about that more as I go through the points. But like, the group classes are honestly a great way to help you move through this process. And especially the way that I'm planning to host them, I'm hoping to do this process kind of live as well. Maybe at some point, I don't know if it's going to be this summer, but like basically going through the Sing Confidently course live together as a group. And that would kind of be separate from the main group classes. That's something that I'm thinking about. But this idea is what I've worked through in my course, this entire process. And I've talked about this on the podcast before, but I kind of want to go through it again and take a different perspective on it now that we're in the springtime and we have this enthusiasm and this renewed energy. So the process goes like this. Number one, you need to know your voice. This is what you're going to be working on this spring. And to caveat this, there are 4 steps in this process. It is a process, almost like a cycle, in the sense that you kind of go through this and then you start over again. Like, and you're kind of constantly doing all of these steps. So it's not like you do one and then you're done. And then you do the next one and then you're done. Like, we're always constantly doing these things. And sometimes we're like, one person in this season might be in step one, while you might be, in a few months, you might be in step four, or you might come back to step one again. And it's like, it's a process and it's a cycle. So the first step, I guess, in the process. The first point is know your voice. If you're taking notes, this is number one, know your voice. Get to know your why. So, the mental aspect of this is like knowing your voice, like mentally know like the reason behind your wanting to sing. What is your why? I've talked about this before in the past episodes. I say that every single episode. Oh my gosh. You guys should just know I've been doing this for almost 5 years now. And sometimes I repeat things. In fact, probably all the time. But okay. But yes, get to know your why. Why do you want to sing, my dear? Why do you want to sing? And it's different for everyone. I think at the end of the day, we all as human beings, we need to use our voice for communication, right? We need to use our voice for there's something about our voices that is very personal. It's very individual. No one has the same voice, even speaking voice. I have an older sister who I have a younger sister too, but I have an older sister who is 19 months apart from me. So like she's 19 months older than me. And so we're really close in age, right? Grew up really close. And to this day, we can still fool our parents on the phone, picking up the phone because we sound so similar. It's very, very easy to trick, not to intentionally, but like if I pick up her phone and someone is calling her, like they really will think that it's her just because they're expecting to only hear from her, right? And vice versa. But we have such similar voices in a way that my younger sister and I, we don't have as close, like we all kind of talk similarly, obviously, as siblings, but my older sister and I, our voices are genuinely so similar. It's sometimes I honestly, it kind of is like, it freaks me out. I'm like, wow, we sound so much alike. But, and we sing alike as well, which is really funny because I kind of grew up with her as like my singing teacher because I never took voice lessons growing up when I was younger. But my older sister could always sing so well, and I just like copied what she did. So, but all that to say is like, that's why the voice is so, like, even though our voice sounds so similar, at the end of the day, there are still intricacies in our voices, my sister and I, that will show you like, oh, this is Edwina, that's my sister's name, and this is Estelle, right? So for you, I want you to know how unique your voice is. And because your voice is so unique, like your desire for wanting to sing and to use that voice is also going to be unique, right? And so we all have different reasons that we use our voices, that we want to grow our voices, develop our voices. Sorry, I went on such a tangent just there, but we all have different reasons that we want to grow our unique voices. And so, but it's up to you, really. I can't tell you what your why is. I know for me, I want to be a storyteller. Like I know I'm meant to be a storyteller. I'm meant to tell stories to encourage and empower and inspire people through music and through song. And I meant to be an artist who also serves artists, which means not only using my voice as a singer, but also teaching singers. And so, yeah, you have to know your why and it has to be powerful. Otherwise, you're going to give up. So, know why singing is so important to you. And it's something that you might write down. It's something that you might just repeat to yourself over and over again so you remember. But it's going to be really helpful because again, you will want to give up. Like after a few lessons, and you're like, oh, I'm not seeing the progress that I might want to see after like 2 lessons. It's a journey, it takes time. And so, knowing your why is going to help you to push through even when you feel like giving up on your voice because your voice is worthwhile and it is not, it's worth, continuing to go and not giving up on it. Okay. The other part of knowing your voice is not just the mental part, but the literal physical part of like, know your voice. Start exploring your own voice. Start exploring anatomically, how does the voice work? What are the 3 aspects of singing? That is breath, resonance, and vibrator, your vocal folds, right? Knowing how those work together, you don't have to like know all the physics and everything behind it that voice teachers study, but knowing just a little bit about the voice, like, okay, like if something's off with my voice, maybe I need to change my breath. Maybe I need to work on my resonance. Just like knowing what those terms are, knowing what it means to be singing in chest voice or mode one versus head voice, otherwise called mode two, versus what is mixing. Kind of knowing those terms can be really helpful for you on the singing journey. And I have so many episodes. Oh my gosh, I'm doing the thing again where I talk about how I've talked about this before, but I have a lot of episodes that are hopefully acting as resources for you. And you guys, if you ever have questions about anything, literally, I'm here for you. I want to help you. Like, I wake up and I'm just like excited to help singers. So you can go to the free Facebook group at creativelybyestelle.com/community. If you have any questions about voice anatomy or anything like that, obviously you can just look it up, Google it, ChatGPT, YouTube, so many other things you can find to learn about vocal anatomy. But if you want to ask me personally, I also would be happy to help. But yeah, get to know your voice, get to know the anatomy, also get to know your own unique voice. Like, start singing a little bit and recording yourself and listening back. Notice, oh, do I go off pitch here a lot? Oh, do I like to sing really high and I didn't even realize how high I can go? Oh, do I often take, breaths in between every single phrase? Like, you just don't know these things until you listen to yourself or you have someone else tell you, like a coach or a friend or something. So, but you can start doing it for yourself. Just start exploring your voice, singing for fun, exploring the joy of singing again. Know your voice, know your why for why you want to sing, and then explore the anatomy of how the voice works and how your voice is unique to you. Okay, the first point is a pretty lengthy one, but honestly, it's super important. And that's why I think this is a cycle. It's a process. Like, you're going to continue to know your voice even as you go through all the rest of the steps. Like, it's just a daily kind of thing that we continue to do as singers. Okay, number two, finally. Oh my goodness, today. Okay, number two, practice your voice. Practice. Hey. Are you surprised that a voice teacher is telling you that you have to practice? Yeah, probably not, right? It's like, obviously, we're going to say that. But yeah, you got to practice. You got to practice your voice. So this can be so simple. So simple. I absolutely highly recommend just creating a structure, a simple, clear structure for voice practice that works for you. Now, you guys know, if you've been listening, I say that you really do need to start to sing every day for the most part. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be super lengthy, and it doesn't have to be like every single day of the week, at the same exact time, but pretty consistently. When I say every day, I really just mean consistently, because I don't sing intentionally. Obviously, I sing every day just because, we tend to do that as humans. And especially as people who love music and the arts, we're probably going to sing every day. But I mean intentionally singing. There's a difference between singing along with the song at the radio, on the radio, if you're listening to the radio, or which is totally fine. I listen to the radio too, or on a CD. I also listen to the CDs, or like on your phone, or you sing along with praise worship at church. That's also great. Like, it's great to just sing along or just singing to yourself, humming to yourself, singing in the shower. That's awesome. That's awesome. We need to keep doing that because that is how we feel our joy for singing and music, right? But it's different to do that versus I'm intentionally going to work on this song that I want to practice. I'm intentionally going to warm up my voice to really check in with how my voice is doing today and be intentional about training my technique. Right? That is very different from just like, I'm just singing and having a great time, which is also awesome. But we need both. But you need to practice pretty consistently in a way that works for you. So for you, maybe you literally cannot do every single day, but you can do Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Like, you can do Monday through Wednesday and you can practice for 20 minutes each day. That's a good place to start. I highly recommend, though, a daily practice at least 6 days out of the week. So you have a break on Sunday to really rest your voice and, mentally rest. But, or Saturday, whatever day you would like to take off. But I say start with every single day, which kind of sounds like intimidating, especially with students who are coming to me for the first time. But I think it's important to just start building that awareness of like, oh, I'm going to sing today. And the way that I make it super simple for students is I suggest literally starting with 5 minutes. It's really like 5 to 7 minutes, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, but I say 5 minutes so that it doesn't feel as overwhelming. And it really can be 5 minutes, honestly. All you have to do is 1 to 2 minutes of a warm up. Any of the warm ups that I teach you in my lessons, that's what I would suggest. Just try any of them to start with, just to get your voice going a little bit. Especially in SOVT, like a lip trill or a hum is a great place to start, but it can be any warm up exercise. Start with one exercise to warm up your voice a little bit. And then from there, take the remaining 3 minutes, depending on how long your warm up was, the remaining 3 minutes to sing through a song. It can be the verse and a chorus of a song. It can be just the chorus of a song. It can be just the bridge. It can be just the verse. It can be whatever you want, but sing through that song in the remaining 3 minutes. And if you are just singing a part of the song, then you might have 1 minute left over to like reflect on like, how did you do? What did you like? What did you not like? And then maybe try it again if it's a super short part of the song, which is honestly a great place to start. And literally that can be 5 minutes. 1 minute to do an exercise. Maybe you say like 3 minutes to, or like, let's say 2 minutes to sing a little bit of a song if it's just like a minute and a half of a song, right? And then take the rest of the time to reflect on what you did or didn't like and maybe rework one section of it. Your timer will, then set a timer. Your timer goes off, you're done. 5 minutes. There you go. You practice your singing for the day. It can be that simple. Obviously, you can extend it, do a 5 minute warm up instead, which is, of course, recommended. And like I would recommend a little bit of a longer warm up, especially if you're just starting. But if you're doing even just a couple minutes of warming up your voice a little bit every single day, it kind of builds a little bit as long as you're also taking care of your voice, all the other self-care things that we need, voice care things that we need to do. But it kind of builds on it so that after a couple weeks of that, like you really don't need to warm up that much before your voice feels comfortable singing, because your muscles have gotten into that coordination. You've developed a little bit more technique, that kind of thing. So that's how easy it can be to start practicing your voice. But you do need to have a voice practice that is intentional and let it be so simple in a way that works for you. Test it out this week. Test it out. It's Monday, you guys, that you're listening to this. Test it out. Why don't you try a 5 minute voice practice for this week and let me know how it goes? Okay. 1 minute to warm up. Do whatever 1 minute warm up exercise that you want to do. Just grab one of the exercises that I have for you and just do a minute of it. And then sing a song for a couple minutes, reflect on it, and try a section of it again. And there you go. Make sure you set your timer. All right. Step 3, express your voice. This is the fun part, you guys. This is what we all want to do. This is where you get to finally share. And obviously you can skip steps, but I think that it's important to at least practice before you express your voice, even if it's just practicing one day for 30 minutes, before maybe you go to an open mic night. But if you don't practice, hey, and you still go to the open mic night, I'm cheering you on. I'm here for you. Love that for you, honestly. So, but number 3 is really cool because this is where you get to express your voice. You get to share what you've been working on in your 5 minutes a day of voice practice for the last 2 weeks. And then you decide to sing. Maybe you've been like working, plugging along on a song. You worked on a verse one day, you worked on the chorus the next day, you worked on the next verse, then the bridge, then you started over again, and then maybe one day you put it all together and you did like a 15-minute voice practice a couple times, right? You're ready to sing at an open mic night. Like you will be fine. You will probably be fine. Obviously, we all have things to grow in and work on, but like you're going to feel pretty good about yourself if you've been practicing consistently every single day or 6 days out of the week, 5-6 days out of the week. You're going to feel pretty good about at least sharing a little bit about what you've worked on. And this can be as simple as going into our free Facebook group and sharing a video of yourself singing. This can be going onto your Instagram and sharing what's it called? A private story, like close friend story of yourself singing the chorus of the song that you've been working on the last couple of weeks. It can be so easy. It can also be going to an audition. It can be like, there are levels to this. It doesn't matter what level, quote unquote, you want to, I don't mean like level of vocal ability. I just mean like there are levels to like how much you want to put yourself out there, right? So if you want to go to an audition with the song, hey, there you go. That's a great step 2. But step 3 is to express your voice. You have to put yourself out there to really, really start building. Remember, this is all about building confidence and leaning into your enthusiasm in this springtime. And you can't overcome your self-doubt around performing if you never actually perform. But that's why we've worked on knowing our voice, practicing before we start to put ourselves out there. So you've already started building confidence and trust that your voice is able to do the thing you want it to do. Then you go and put it out there in a small way. You put it out there in a big way. It's up to you, but you express your voice, okay? And think of where you can share. Like this can literally be a voice lesson. You can share your voice, express your voice in a lesson. I have lessons available for you guys. I have free consults for you. You can chat with me for 15 minutes. Use that 15 minutes to sing a little bit about of the song that you've been working on. That's a great way to share. And you're sharing at that point, I guess you wouldn't know me probably. So you're kind of sharing with like a semi stranger. And that's kind of a cool way for you to put yourself out there. And I promise I will be cheering you on. Absolutely. You already know. You can also share in our upcoming group classes. If you haven't joined the waitlist, I would love for you to join, honestly, at creativelybyestelle.com/collective. It's also in the show notes below, wherever you're listening. But if you join this waitlist, it will really help me to know who wants to be a part of the group classes. And you'll also get a discount on the first one, which I would love for you to have. So that way you absolutely come and like have no reason not to. I just genuinely can't wait for us to be in community singing together, singing for each other. And that would be a great opportunity for you to express your voice in the group classes. You're going to have the opportunity, depending on how much time we have and how many people want to sing and even get some feedback from me as a coach and obviously positive support from the other people in the class. But I will definitely give you feedback to be helpful to you, to be encouraging to you, and to kind of give you like a next step or two as to like what to do next. So that's an opportunity for you to express your voice in a group class. Again, creativelybyestelle.com/collective. And step number 4 goes along with it. Improve your voice. How do we improve our voices? We get feedback. And we also learn to give ourselves helpful feedback too, which I can definitely teach you guys in one of our classes, like how do you give yourself feedback as a singer. But you can improve your voice by asking for help, ask for support. Like, don't be on this journey by yourself. We grow in community as singers. Like, remember how we used to sing when we were younger and we'd be in choir, we'd be in church choir, a school choir, or maybe you sang in a community choir, whatever it was, or you just sang with your family, like after dinner or on the weekends or in the car, you guys sang together. Like, remember, like just think back of like a memory. Take a second, like think on a memory where you were singing with other people and like how good it felt, right? Or even if you weren't the one singing, but you were there and someone else was singing to you, and then maybe you got to go next. Like maybe it was like someone had a solo, then you had a duet, and then someone else had a trio, or then you had a solo, in a choir or a group setting, kind of like that. Like it's just so cool to be able to be like, okay, it's my moment. I'm gonna sing now, but I'm not alone here. At least I'm not singing on stage by myself. Like I'm singing, but like there are other people who are here to witness me. And there's something special about being witnessed by someone else when you are doing the challenging, hard, vulnerable thing of singing and putting yourself out there. But being witnessed, being held in a safe space by people who care and who want you to succeed, there's nothing like that. And if you don't have that right now, I encourage you to find it in a choir, find it in our Facebook group, find it in our group classes, or find it in a lesson with someone who can create that safe space for you. But getting feedback is really going to not only help you feel safe and be able to trust yourself as a singer, but obviously it's going to help you to improve your technique and your performance ability and your vocal ability as well. So improve your voice is step 4. And this is, again, the process. This is the cycle of how we learn to truly build confidence as a singer. You cannot build confidence as a singer without going through these steps. Truly, you need to learn your voice. You need to know your voice, number 1. You need to practice. You gotta put in the practice. You gotta put in the discipline of consistently building your technique and your vocal ability. You have to express your voice. You gotta put yourself out there at some point. Otherwise, you're not really feeling confident in your voice if you're not able to be in front of, sharing it with other people, sharing it with people, sharing it with someone you love. You might feel, of course, you can still feel confident in your voice, but I think there's a level of like being able to share that so vulnerably that really builds your confidence. Okay. I don't want to say that you can't be confident in your voice if you don't like share or like sing in front of people. I think you can still feel confident in your voice and not want to sing in front of people, and that's totally fine. But I think that if there is any doubt around you singing in front of people, then maybe that's something to look at. So Anyway, just wanted to caveat that. But yeah, number 3, express your voice. And then number 4, improve your voice. Okay. You got to get that feedback and get that support, be around people who can give you that helpful critiquing that is actually going to help you grow as a singer and a performer and feel so safe and encouraged in yourself. So yeah, that's my 4-step process. I've been going through this process without even realizing this since I was young. And once I figured out that this is a process that I've had my entire life to build confidence in who I am as a singer and a performer, I knew that I had to share. So I love sharing this with you all, and I love taking my voice students through this process. So I hope that as we are in this springtime, this newness, this revitalization of energy, that you are able to take these, go through this process starting today in order for you to learn to sing with confidence and no longer give in to self-doubt. We are done with that self-doubt. Okay, we are done. We're instead going to move past it by taking courageous action. So what action step can you take today? Are you going to write down your why behind why you want to sing? Are you going to start to learn a little bit about voice anatomy today? That could be your why. That could be your step to take. Go look up what the vocal folds look like. That's actually a great assignment. Look up, what do the vocal folds look like, and just see how teeny tiny they are and see how they work. It's fascinating. Number 2, practice your voice. You could practice today. That could be a great thing to do, right? Are you going to, number 3, express your voice? Are you going to go share yourself singing something you've been working on? Oh, that's a great thing to do. Or number 4, would you like to improve your voice? Maybe you want to get feedback today. Come to the Facebook group, post yourself singing and get some feedback. Come book a free consult with me. Get some feedback. What do you want to do? Get some feedback today. Whatever your courageous action step is, you have this moment right now to go and do it. Take a deep breath, feel that enthusiasm, feel that readiness, that eagerness, that excitement to finally start building confidence as a singer and a performer and no longer giving into self-doubt. Feel that excitement. Feel it, hold on to it, and go take that courageous action right now. I'm cheering you on. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode and to this show. I'm so in awe of you for being here and showing up for your creative gifts. That takes courage. Don't forget to join the performing arts community on Facebook for support and inspiration as you continue on your journey. If this episode helped or inspired you in any way, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and share it with someone. It means so much. Thank you again, and don't forget to keep singing, acting, dancing, performing, and living creatively. Talk to you next time.